You actually went through. Now, as tradition dictates, in shadows and mud we slog. In burden and boredom we suffer. We guard the clueless, fix the hope, and carry the weight. We're the lantern, the lighthouse, the rope, the hands that shield. By this nonsense, the kind of scum have been crawling out of the wood. Turns out chaos is a great...
Made a big mistake! Who goes there? I'm not beaten yet. Making me angrier. company. We have company. You're no match for us. This is going to hurt.
Watch your backs.
This is going to...
Please. Did they resist? Dragon. Do you keep...
Got a death.
It means they lose, but if trust and they, if the cells will fit, then, but well, we count everyone. It is. All right. I have to leave that.
full of energy today. You look like you're enjoying yourself.
Oh, forgive. What? Fair. Oh, of course, my apologies. I'm a scholar of sorts, though not the kind that hides behind walls of parchment. My calling is to seek out, and yes, I'm a Pict. Not many. Staying in one place isn't exactly in my nature, so I travel. I once heard a legend of a mysterious chapel that appears only to those it chooses. Many adventurers have gone to seek it. Some say it holds a sacred spring that cures all ailments. Others say it is a passage to the very bottom of the sea, the domain of the Lord of the Seas himself. But I've never found any proof of either claim. If you're asking out of politeness, let's just leave it trust. Wow! Thanks to Varel's generosity, I managed to get my hands on once a book. Now they're the writings of a Dalariata scribe from nearly 6 centuries ago. But what's even more? This man describes encounters with people who knew nothing of King Arthur or the homelands. Nothing at all. Do you understand what that... I'll tell you. It's so exciting. I suspect Avalon may have already been inhabited by a race similar to us, long before our arrival. I've traveled across much of the island, and I've come across some mentions of the people of Farpoint, a place far in the northernmost reaches of Avalon. Few... Perhaps the weirdness started to gather and ruin their crop, or maybe it was some sort of conflict that forced them to seek a new place on the... It's hard to say with the scraps of information. And so, my friend, here we are, staring down the... Many Picts I've known have prolonged contact with the weirdness. I thought it was just them, a bunch of lunatics, who first dared to embrace that strange force. And what if it was the first men who knew how to live alongside the weirdness? And think about it. If we could uncover how they did it, the possibilities would... But now, I'm trying to pull together... Oh, don't worry about that. I have to give myself some time and everything. I'll be as fit as a fiddle. The Grotto of First Men, that tribal scribe, Deet, and I'm assuming I'd love to go there myself, but this... So, if you're truly excellent, I return swiftly. Safe travel. Hello. The place seems to attract trouble. And of the red, but and yeah.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Hey, you! Stop right there! Seems we have... You'll pay... In your...
sneaking around?
Ass wit. Aye, something happened. Some blighter broke in and stole every book about the beautiful Liliana. Not... Aye, one of the soldiers. He threw a fit a few days ago, 'cause I wouldn't sell him the latest volume on credit. There's no chance I'd ever allow that. Give it 2 months, I'd be bankrupt. Aye, 'cause Denholm's got nothing better to do than go around asking his men if they nicked all the porn from the local Del Rita. I'd be laughed out of his tent. Can't say I wouldn't be grateful. So if you... Well, welcome to Vrel's bookshop. Well...
You doing okay?
Hello there, strange-looking citizen. You lost, or just looking for someone? A reputation? Me? For what? Standing around looking tough? Oi, wait a moment. You think I stole those books? Beautiful Liliana is sacred to me, all right? I'd never touch Vrel's stash, I swear. I was saving up for the new volume. Now it's gone? How the hell am I supposed to know what happens to Liliana next? No! I dunno. But there's this red priest hanging around who loves scaring the crap out of soldiers. Always preach. And you know what's worse? That damn priest saying Liliana's, inspiring moments are why I'll be cursed. He told me I'd grow hair on the inside of my palms. What kind of nutter says that to a bloke? Is that even a thing? Damn brother Ismat got me... Oh, he's probably at the Red Church headquarters. Let's just be careful. The creepy bu... See you later.
We are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood we strive for purity. Through purity we serve the people. Yes? What reason do you have to interrupt my prayer? What could be more important than this? The body is a vessel of the Prophet's will, and its purpose is not through the suffering of the body. I free myself from the snares of evil. Each strike of the whip creates a wound, a holy space to be filled with the K's grace. I know which sinner you speak of. I also know he intended to read those books, because I know all too well what they do to minds prone to living in impurity. as I know what that man intended to do, with his sweaty hands panting over the next chapter. He intended to stain his soul with sin. People who are lost for their entire lives don't even realize they're on a path to nowhere, that each new crossroads only leads them more astray. I only want to protect them from this. I want to ensure that their life's path would have fewer moments of doubt over whether to succumb to temptation or resist it. Of course, I am a Red Priest, after all. I know much about the struggles of the spirit, about what... My conscience is untroubled, thanks to my penance. We are the Why do you... Yes, I stole those books that are thick with words yet imparting no virtue, filled with vulgar, scandalous illustrations. What did I plan? To burn them, of course. That is what Miss Liliana deserved. Yes, you heard correctly. Do you think I don't know what's in? I needed to understand the sheer scale of depravity we are dealing with. I acknowledge that sin is a natural part of the soul, yet equally natural should be penance, to free oneself from that sin. Chasteness does not come easily, but that is why it is a virtue, granting oneself relief through such primitive and vulgar acts. Have you read A Sermon on the Paths of Discipline by Brother Flamen? He makes a proper statement about those types of deviations. Hands that stray toward idle pleasure. Ah, you wish to have at least the bare minimum for discussion. Excellent. Look around our court. We are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood we strive for purity. Through purity we serve the people. We are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood we strive for purity. Through purity we serve the people. Through service. You have returned. My decision remains unchanged. My prayer, and we are the sanctified martyrs. You have we are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood we strive for purity. Through purity we serve the people. We are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood we strive for purity. You have returned. So, what is someone like you, especially since it's written that a hand that lingers on know this. The seed is sacred, meant not for waste, but for the cultivation of life and the service of greater purpose. Of course it serves a purpose, a vain and impure one. Such self-gratification weakens the spirit and body. It compels the heart to submit to every fleeting whim. Meanwhile, to be men means resisting those whims, holding back the hand from striking, restraining the hand from depravity. How can a man be ready to protect his loved ones if he's so willing to blind himself through sin? Just to remind you, a blind man cannot fulfill his service either to his kin or Kay, which makes him barren and forever lost. He serves, indeed. It is, of course, a different kind of service than mine, but if you put it that way, it is true that this man, for reasons known to him, started his duty and continues it. I must admit that I hold deep respect for those dedicated to their service. Maybe the soul of that one is not as corrupted as I thought, even if he is so eager to look into those tomes. I fear that sometimes this tone is necessary in priestly service. We know human nature all too well, do we not? Avoiding an admission of guilt does not mean avoiding punishment. Someone may treat my teachings with disdain, but ultimately, they will still stand before Kay and her word. Your words, however, are wise, and they lead towards reflection. Do not waste your time searching for trivial problems. It can be put to much better use. Yes, you might be right about that one, stranger. An excellent observation, and a keen use of the passage from A Sermon on Purity and Temperance, I must admit. This is not about control, my child, but about opening the eyes of those who cannot see. Would it not be better if each of us were ready to receive the prophet's word? A body that succumbs to temptation is a weak body. That is precisely why we must maintain purity, to be ready at any moment to receive the grace of the prophet. As Brother Flamen says, treat your body like a sacred place, not a disgusting brothel, as the pursuits of bodily pleasures is like blindness. Through understanding and grace. That is a fragment where Flamen was not mistaken. It is difficult to interpret it otherwise, and his argument is further strengthened by his reference to the texts of esteemed priests. Nevertheless, the matter here is different. It has been stated many times how such acts dull the human mind. Such pleasures are like gathering rotting apples, unproductive at best, and poisonous at worst. So, dear stranger, where did our little discourse lead you? What about my role in all of this? Where would people be without priests, striving to protect them from sin and impurity? It is true that I myself was not always a priest. I did not always live guided by purity. Did that make me someone who hurt others or a bad person? I believe it did not. That's a thought worth remembering. Enough, stranger. I see you've tried, but I won't debate matters of faith further. The books will burn. We are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood we strive for purity. We are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood we strive for purity. So especially knows. Of course. Meanwhile, how can a juster? It is true. I must. Maybe this. I fear avoid your way, and there it strip you. What? How can you even speak like that? How can you place the prophet's name in the... I'll pretend I didn't. This is not... Would it... That is as... That is, of course, an astute observation, and proof that you've read the sermon thoroughly. However, I am full of faith that I have been placed on this path precisely to make such judgments in the prophet's name. Still, one could also view it from the perspective you mentioned. Yes. So, dear stranger, where did our little discourse lead you? What about my role in all of it? Everything is tied to faith. Separating though enough. I see you've tried, but the books... We are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood we strive. We are the sanctified martyrs. You have returned. So, especially since it's written that a hand that lingers on selfish desire serves no purpose higher than itself. Know this. The seed is sacred, meant not for waste, but for the cultivation of life and the service of greater purpose. Of course, meanwhile, how can just a I see what the same woe. I fear that sometimes avoid your work. And there it is, strip you. Do not waste your times. Yeah. This isn't. Would it? That is as. That is of. However, still. So, what about? Their own business? And what about dedicating the body to Kay? About the fact that each of us becomes a vessel in which her word can resonate. But a hand that labors for love and creation walks the righteous path. I suppose then that those who succumb to temptations can still do good. Speaking with you has been profound. I believe it was Kay herself who led our paths to cross. Thank you deeply for this dispute. You've left me with much to reflect upon. Of course, I'll return your books. For now, I can't decide what should be done with them. It's your call.
Welcome back. Thank you. How's Walter? Brother Ismat? A red priest? What for? Don't tell me he wanted to burn them for being indecent. Oh, so Kai does condemn thievery after all. I can never keep track. No matter. As long as the books are... Thank you for helping. No many folks are... Here, take some gold as a reward. One more thing. I can see you're alright, and I hope I can trust... I need to ask you for something. It's serious. It might even be a matter of life and death. There's a stone tablet in Lord Devane's manor. A Delrida relic. And I need you to get it for me. The tablet was made by the Tggg tribe and given to House Tarian as a token of friendship between the Delrida and the people of Cunacht. It's cursed, I suppose. Look, I'm no Tggg. I don't pretend to understand their magic. But I do know the tablet causes nightmares. The thicker the weirdness, the worse they get. And, well, we all know what happened to Lady Maeve. If that tablet killed her, it can't stay in the manor. Maybe it should. But it's also history. If the Stone Wardens are right, this tablet is one of the oldest examples of Tggg craftsmanship. A piece of Delrida magic that survived on Avalon for centuries. Still, if it comes down to it, if it's a choice between taking it or a bunch of raving lunatics. But while I don't put much stock in prejudice, it does feel wrong. Aye, if I'd known, but I didn't. How? No everybody gets an open door invitation to the Lord's Manor just for show Cunicht, you know. It's not like I haven't tried. I spoke to that snake, Anselm, but he practically threw me out the gate. He set a price so high, I'd have to sell my bookshop and still come up short. When I said I need to learn how to haggle. Why? Knowing that, of course there's a reward. You know, just...
Have some spare food or coin? Anything else?
It wouldn't.
I should stay out of trouble.
I wasn't expecting company.
I should stay out of trouble. Just passing through? Good. I should stay out of trouble. Just passing through? Good.
I wasn't expecting company.
I should stay out of trouble. You startled me. Just passing through? Good.
What is it?
The less attention, the better. If I just stay put, everything will be just fine. Ah, you need something? You've come back. Are you now? My, have the paraphernalia of the Dalriata suddenly become fashionable while I wasn't looking? That I told Frau... Oh, please. That tablet, what happened to Lady Maeve was tragic for someone... Who do you think I am? I'm not sure. I'm just indulging a stray... But fine. Do as you like.
I wasn't expecting company.
The less attention, the better. Just passing through? Good. You startled me. Just passing through. Good. Ah, you need something?
Maybe put that away.
Stay quiet. Stay safe. You don't need to do that. Ah, truly. Still, she came here. Take the...
Ah!
Spare a coin for the hungry.
Welcome. Aye, it would be. Delrida know how to work stone in the most... I'm afraid I'll have to ask you not to part with it just yet. The stone... And you're very strong. Here's the reward I promised.
A gift? Ah, I see. Now, let's take a look. Ah, So that's what happened. The stone chipped, and the meaning of the runes changed. Sweet dreams turned into living nightmares. This is why I don't trust magic. The simplest, stupidest thing can end up killing you. Aye, and I'd say because of cracks between people too. If we hadn't strayed so far from one another, maybe all of this could have been avoided. Then again, maybe not. Maybe fate makes no mistakes. I suppose we'll never know. But you're not here to listen to a blacksmith getting maudlin. Here, this is for your trouble. May your burdens be lighter to carry from now on. Oh? And where'd you hear a tale like that? I didn't know our stories had traveled so far. The Camelosians prefer to call us heartless beasts only capable of destruction. But I suppose a tale about creating a heart in the fires of a forge is something only another blacksmith would believe and appreciate. So, that Beor, tell me about him. Aye, that's the way of it. A heart given to those creatures is never whole when it returns. If it returns at all, they drain every joy, every spark, leaving what's left little more than a brittle husk. I'm sorry your friend bears that burden. He used iron, didn't he? Iron's too brittle. Steel's no better. It's cold, lifeless. To forge a heart, you need metal that is alive. You need a metal that will sing as your heart sings when you see the smile of a loved one. Twice. Once for a man whose wife's heart had been frozen by an ice weaver. He feared it would shatter, so I made her a new one. The other, well, it beats in my beloved's chest as his beats in mine, both forged in the same fire, bound to the forge as much as to each other. Aye, it's the only metal fit for such a task. But weird steel alone isn't enough. It must be woven with ethereal cobwebs, threads that will give the heart its strength. Bring me those and I'll forge the heart. After that, it will need to be filled. But that task... find the right song. I haven't lost my touch. Here, your friend will have a strong, beautiful heart. At least in terms of craftsmanship. The rest is up to you. The art is just an empty vessel. It needs to be filled to start life, of course. But we'll talk about that. Well, there are two ways. You can pour some of your own life into the art. It'll weaken you, sure. Besides, I believe it will give you another kind of strength. Something... No, of course. And I can't say what effect it'll have on... Then he'll have a cold lump of steel and... If you want, it will collect life. If you decide to fill it with your own energy. Either way, come back with it. Of course. Remember, don't resist it. Let go of your instincts and... Here. Feel how warm it...
No one sneaks up on me.
Tis just a flesh wound. Blow. This down. Blow for...
Have some spare food, a coin?
You're just in time. What?
That's amazing. Oh my. For this, I will need your help, my friend. Okay then. Let's see if those Stone Warden legends have a grain of truth in them. I suppose that's it. Surprising how simple it is to look into someone's heart and tear it out, isn't it? It's different. Everything looks a bit... I guess more will become clear with time. The measure of my debt to you is 2 hearts. I'll be going back to work. Got something for me to look...
Have some spare food or coin?
If I just stay put...
Good. Yes?
I'll await. Put that away. Weird lantern. It's obvious what he's really doing. Going behind my back to... I don't like it, but I'll tolerate it. What isn't he hiding? Fabius wraps himself in the guise of charity, but every move he makes serves the Red Church first and foremost. The lanterns? A means to anchor the Menhir for their convenience, not for the farmer's sake. I'll await your...
So, you finally arrived. Or is it the two of you? It's a pleasure to meet you. Call me Maggot. I don't like that other name Denholm and his men insist on using. I don't know, and that bothers me a lot. But I sense something lurking inside you. Something quite terrifying, I must say. All I'm sure of is that you've been exposed to vast quantities of the weirdness and survived. And that's rare. Let's say I have certain skills when it comes to magic. lanterns? Oh, sure, I know about. That's where things get tricky. I used to know. Sold the recipe, too. Gave it to a merchant named Alwyn. If you want that recipe, you'll have to deal with Alwyn. Yes, the Mynheer. It responded to your presence. It reacted to you. And that's unusual. It means big changes are coming to our small Kunacht. Do you know why all those Camelot troops are here? That's right. Unfortunately, they believe that by gathering all the dying Mynheers and placing them around Camelot, they'll stand a fighting chance against the oncoming weirdness. But they don't know. Or they don't want people to know that a Mynheer is not. See where I'm going with this? No. I want you to rekindle the Mynheer in Canucht. I'm too old to play a hero, but I can help you become one if you care about things like that. And I, for once, would like to stand on the right side of history. And you got where you are in life by always listening to what people... It's your choice, of course, but... that's the problem, you see. I don't have one. The moment the Mynheer reacted to you, I felt something. As if a piece of my brain was trying to tell me something. But I couldn't quite reach it. I suddenly remembered about the Mynheer rites, the ritual I told you about, and that there were 2 scrolls that contained it. But where are they? How do I even know that? That's lost on me. So, it looks like we'd have to take a little trip into the recesses of my memory, literally. Well, not literally. As entertaining as that sounds, you won't be dissecting me. I'm talking about a journey into the subconscious, not an anatomy lesson. Just a bit of mushroom potion and poof, you're on your way. Safest option we've got, relatively speaking. Do you think I want somebody wandering around in my brain, looking for memories I decided to bury? Of course, in case you... Let's see. Ah, the raspberries. We'll save those for later. Very nutritious. Perfect for the after effects. Nutrition is key, my brave friend. I'll make jam so delicious it'll knock your boots off. You'll thank me later. Wait and see. Now, it's time for us to embark on this shared journey into the self. See you on the other side.
Silly mushrooms. They whisper behind your back again. How did you lose your name? Did the fire take it?
A drink a day keeps the clarity away.
If it weren't you, someone else would have pointed them to the hiding place. If it weren't you, someone else would have pointed...
Coward!
Wait! Just wait! There must be another way! Take me instead! Leave them alone! They didn't deserve this! Please! Let them go! Please! Oh, the king himself! I am unworthy. Oh, forgive me. How wretched I am. Yes, maggot, but I am a worthless maggot. You are here to help? The maggot cannot be helped. The worthless maggot betrayed its family. It ate their carrion. There are no more druids. There is no Murig. What is left is the maggot. There is no Murig. There is the maggot. The maggots ain't Murik. Murik ain't the druids. The maggot was born when Murik pointed to where his brothers were. Yes, and thus the maggot was born. The maggot doesn't deserve to live. Would you like to kill the maggot? The maggot doesn't want to live. Maori gave birth to the maggot. The maggot ate Murig. But the maggot doesn't want to live. Kill the maggot! But the maggot doesn't want to live. It doesn't deserve mercy. It doesn't deserve forgiveness. Kill the maggot! The maggot doesn't know if it can. The maggot wants this pain to end. Kill the maggot! Murik is here, inside the maggot. Murik was silent until now. Murik notices your presence. Murik is awakening. The maggot will try. It will seek Murik inside itself and talk to him. Murik should be wiser than the maggot. Oh, there you are. What a journey it was, huh? And that King Arthur at the very end. That I did. If I remember correctly, I was trying to convince him to kill me, but I didn't really want it. I just couldn't speak, because it kind of wasn't me. Anyway, it doesn't matter, because the wise king was wiser than me. He didn't let me die. He just said, actually, I don't remember what he said, but I feel like I've spent ages in icy water, and now I can finally warm myself by the fire. Now, the world is going to change, my world at least, and that's all thanks to you. I am eternally grateful for that. Oh, it helped, believe me. A good trip shakes things loose I've forgotten. Things I didn't even know I knew. And it turns out it's not a scroll, but a tablet split in half. One part was guarded by the druids, and the other was taken by the priestesses for safekeeping. A smart move, considering that back in the day, both the druids and the priestesses held equal power in this region. I know where you can find possession. Legends. But my subconscious doesn't lie. my master etched Sagrimor's name onto it, so it must be the only place where that part of the tablet could be. You'd have to ask Nianti about that. She's much more knowledgeable when it comes to all that priestess stuff. Ailey's a good girl, but she's up to her elbows in work, and I doubt she's had time to dig deeper into the history of their order. So, that leaves Niante as your best option anyway. They say he dreamed of becoming the next King Arthur, and did everything he could to live up to the name. Along the way, he encountered 3 witches posing as druids who promised him eternal life. It's likely they were quite powerful, and Sagrimor struck a deal with them, because, as I mentioned, one day his kingdom simply vanished from the surface of Avalon. Many adventurers have tried to find his castle. After all, how could such a massive structure just disappear? But, as you can imagine, none ever succeeded. I can only hope you will. Most of the old scriptures point to the north of Kunacht, near the old water dam. Of course, near could mean 1 mile or 10. Druids weren't exactly known for precise directions. Still, that's your best bet. You'll know you're close when the air feels heavy, like the past is still clinging to the place. That's how it usually is with old druid stuff.
No. My subjects were usually well disposed towards them, grateful for their magic. Merlin was held in high esteem by the common folk. Of course, there was mistrust at times, even open hostility, but never like this. Nobody was ever so twisted by hatred as to herd them into a giant wicker man and set them alight.
Watch yourself.
The hospital will manage without me for a little. You shouldn't listen to that lunatic. Menhir or not. I wouldn't know. It does sound like typical druid nonsense. Split the knowledge so nobody has a full picture, and then act surprised when everything falls apart. If anywhere, it'll be at the temple of the All-Mother, or what's left after its fall. When corruption spreads there, abandon this quest while you still can. Wait, I feel... But maybe the Menhir's reaction to your arrival was a sign from the All-Mother. You asked me before whose grave it is. I come here because it's a reminder of how I failed. I should feel sorrow, guilt, something. But the truth is, I lost part of myself long before Maeve was taken. I stand here. I wait for a feeling to appear, and nothing comes to me. Not ever. At the corrupted temple, something happened when I was still a priestess out there. I feel like something was taken from me, ripped from my very... And I've been hearing her voice. And it seems you've only scratched the surface of her purpose. You need to return. Speak to her again, but this time ask... There's something she knows. I wouldn't...
Have some spare food or coin? Spare a coin for the hungry.
Put that away before you regret it.
Oh? You managed to extract coherent information from that druid who insists he isn't a druid? Remarkable. In any case, this truly is good news, especially for us. You must bring the tablets to me, not to him. We'll use them in Camelot, for if you give them to Maggot, only Cunnacht would benefit. I'll await your...
Let us pray together. Oh, you have no shell. No shell. Where, then? I do not know where you should search. Ask them. I came here only to ask the All-Mother when I will be able to see my wings. The descent of divinity. The All-Mother has graced us. I came shall. The shall gift. And when that day comes, wings, they will let me fly. All-Mother, all live from All-Mother when the time, so that I... Would you like to... Yes, prayer, every...
You can... That's not how it's meant. The All-Mother holds all wisdom in her womb. The threads of destiny intertwine in prayer. You will find greater wisdom than in all the scrolls and books of the world. Ah, Niante, the fractured one. Yes, she feels the void, doesn't she? The emptiness, where her compassion once dwelled. What she cast away? A fragment, a spark. Hers, yet no longer hers. It clings to me now, bound in service to the All-Mother. And does she need it? Truly? Compassion can be a burden, a chain that weighs down the soul. I held it for her because she could not bear it. She gave it to me. Because the All-Mother does not abandon her children. Niante's compassion is a spark, a light meant to guide her. Without it, she stumbles in darkness. But to reclaim it, she must prove herself. It is not a gift freely given. It must be earned. Is that what she told you? That I stole it like a thief in the night? No. It was her despair, her doubt, that cast it away. I merely caught it. Then she must prove herself worthy. That fragment is steeped in corruption. To return it as it is would destroy her. Take this. It holds what she has lost. Bring it to the All-Mother's altar and cleanse it in her light. Only then will it be safe to return. Go, and tell Niante this. The fire she extinguished still burns, but only she can decide whether to let it consume her or warm her soul.
Who are you? Let us pray together. Oh, no, sure. I will not. Wait, they will live. So, would you like? I pray.
What happened? My oath. My purpose. It's gone. Forgive me. It wasn't by my own will. It was the All-Mother's will that I am carrying out. No! Not anymore! I serve the Round Table. In my heart, I always have. But my body was a prisoner of the All-Mother. Or rather, the one I believed to be the All-Mother. A knight of the Round Table. I proudly bore the name Percival in honor of my predecessors who served King Arthur. Like the first Percival, I set out in search of the Holy Grail. My path led me here, to the very temple where my father once wanted to send me for priestly studies. I never felt a calling then. But this time, I heard something calling me. I thought it was the Grail, but it was her, whose sword-wielding hand I was to become. False goddess. An abomination, pretending to be the All-Mother, corrupting priestesses' minds. A Four-Dweller. One of those four-armed creatures King Arthur fought when he first arrived on Avalon. The kind I'd only read about in old texts. I did. I challenged her to a fight for claiming to be a goddess. For poisoning the minds of the innocent. She said she would prove that she was the only goddess here. She forced her way into my mind, and made me vow that if I lost, I would become her paladin and serve my only true All-Mother forever. I was vanquished. I knelt powerless before the false All-Mother as she pierced me with a blade. I was to carry it within me always as a sign of whose power I am now under. Be careful. If you face her, fight fiercer and strike harder than I did. Above all, don't let her into your mind, or she will turn your own body against you. I spent countless years trapped in the prison of my own body. Bound to her service, where I found the truth. The only truth worth knowing. I was blessed with her presence. I warmed myself in her radiance. Why did you take it from me? Why? I'm sorry. The oath I swore to the false All-Mother. I can still feel its binding. Even my death did not entirely free me from it. I pray it is so. Otherwise, I am nothing but a damned soul. Bound to this place for eternity. Now, having regained my former self, the torment will be all the greater. Is it punishment for surrendering my mind to a false deity? You could ask the All-Mother to forgive me. Beg her to grant me the honor of being in her presence once more. No. Kill her. Am I forever...
And now, in the ruins of the temple sanctum, find my sight. It has always been, and always will be, all-seeing. It watches you, even now.
set of eyes. And how hateful they are. Would you close them for me, please? Could you grant me a tiny scrap of mercy? I dislike seeing what they see. There is something about you that reminds me of Mother. She sees everything. And when she allows, I see it all too. It feels like 1,000 eyes open all at once, revealing nothing but boundless suffering wherever they look. Your eyes seem to carry a similar kind of rot just around the edges. It's as if you were a freshly slain corpse, yet to comprehend your fate. Mother is bathed in shadows and swaddled in raven wings. All she ever sees is misery. The day she appeared in the temple, she requested a frith from me. As I cast my gaze upon her, my mind shattered, and my soul was torn into pieces. On that very day, I made her an offering of my eyes, begging her to be freed from my gift. She deemed it an insult, and has been punishing me ever since. All eyes in the temple are at my disposal, whether I wish it or not. My sight knows no limits, and all that I see, I take upon myself. The sins, the impurities, the perversity, they fill me to the brim and cling to my throat like black tar. Mother made me the unwilling confessor to any unfortunate soul who dares to set foot in her sanctum. The only thing I can do is grant them absolution, albeit a hollow one. After all, they've already doomed themselves by coming here. You cannot. Mother abhors sinners. No living soul, yet nobody is. Nor will anybody ever be worthy. Her. I find myself agreeing with her more and more with each passing day. No man is devoid of sin. Oh, such mercy and grace. You can open your eyes now. Go on. I will share with you what... Oh, I can already taste them on my tongue. So numerous are they that you have not yet broken under their weight. Let me relieve you of your burden. Let me offer you a new beginning, free from foulness trailing your every step. Wise decision. There are so many, too many. What are you? It's as though you shoulder entire lifetimes of sin. You are an abomination. You cannot be allowed to continue.
May your soul finally know freedom.
A new set of eyes. And how hateful they are. Would you close them for me, please? She's your... the... When you... I do not... You are... Sue... There are so many. Too many.
You're here. I felt your steps through this place. The tethers holding me, unraveling, one by one. Are you here as my savior? Or have you come to seek my mother's embrace? I am a mother. Yes. I have known a mother's joy. And I have endured a mother's sorrow. I carry the grief without a name. The kind that rends the heart and bleeds it dry. Year after year, hour after hour, I have walked Avalon for centuries. Its soil watered with my tears, my arms empty of their sweetest burden. I came here seeking solace, hoping to staunch the loss before it consumed me. I called into the emptiness, desperate to reach what I had lost. But my cries were met with silence. At first, I thought they had gone unheard. I was wrong. The woman here felt it all. My grief, my bitterness, my rage. They trembled before my sorrow. For to make a mother weep is a child's greatest sin. The weirdness bound us all together. I became their image, and they became mine. Have I? Or have they? They prayed so fervently, and all their prayers fell on deaf ears. They sought answers to unjust suffering, but found none. Like children lost in the dark, they clung to the first voice they heard. And because that voice carried only agony, they believed themselves doomed. There is no path for a soul so utterly lost, but to descend into madness and despair. No more than I could help myself. I have not remained here by choice, nor have I claimed them out of desire. They wove a prison from their faith, with the weirdness as the thread that bound it all together. Belief is a dangerous thing here on Avalon. Those who seek godhood should rightly fear their believers. You have already freed me. You restored the sight I shared with the tormented Frither, and returned my undying body. once bound to the fallen Percival. And my voice, I grew weary of it, so I gave it to Lorelia to speak on my behalf. The sweet girl made it her own, ensuring she will remain here, even when I am finally gone. I lingered only because I wished to meet my savior. I had hoped, but no. What I hoped for no longer matters. As for the others, I fear they are too far gone in their madness. The only freedom left to them is the one only a mortal can embrace. Farewell, stranger. Perhaps our paths will cross again.
Oh, how lost you are. How clumsy. This temple isn't... Try to leave while you still draw breath. Do not repeat the same mistake. Who am I? Who am I? I'm cute. I sought a way to help the priestesses. I was a naive fool. And now I pay the price. Oh, I suspect that to break the seal that keeps me here. But whether you are sinful enough, that is not for me. Still, it would be best if you... You survived the That means you can break this. Please do it. Of course, there'll be a... I must admit, you've spoiled my mood a little. I feel ashamed being the only enslaved guest here. Time to go. Finally, my... and the house now. I believed it, but it would. Yeah.
My shell. My shell is cracked. Where are my wings? She has not graced it. That explains